Oh, I got the wrong glasses. Hello, hello. I don't think anybody's on yet. It said 0 people were waiting. So I took my glasses off to clean them at school today. And I had kids saying, "You look so weird without your glasses." Guess you kind of get used to how people look a certain way, which is funny. I never even really wore glasses until I was in my 40s. This is the waiting game. And I always say this is the awkward time where I'm just basically talking to myself. And then when the video gets posted, everybody gets to see me talking to myself in the replay. So, well, I got a like. It doesn't say that there's a person on. Oh, now it says 3. Hey guys, how are you? What are you up to on this Tuesday? Today was finally a really nice day. It's in the 50s and sunny. Perfect day to be outside. What's it like where you are? Is anybody working on some projects? Oh, now I'm down to 1 person. Guess I was too boring. So I think I have my chat on, so if anybody wants to say hi or talk. Oh, Dawn is here. Hey, I'm so glad I'm doing these lives because I get to see you, Dawn. It seems like every week I get to see you now, and it's been fun. I'm glad we get the chance to chat. Not doing much, a bad day. Oh, I'm sorry. What made it bad? Was it your health, or was it the weather, or something I'm not even thinking of? I'm sorry you're having a bad day. Sorry, I need a sip of my water. The science teacher that I work with most of the day has been having like stomach bug issues. Hi, Beverly. So good to see you. I get to see Dawn and Beverly every week. I love that. My health, but then weather may have something to do with it. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry that your health is acting up. Really sorry to hear that. I hope that... Hi, Kimberly. Are you the winner from the bots Facebook group? Is that you? Kimberly was the one that won, and I'm just trying to put 2 and 2 together, like who's who on my Facebook, on the bots Facebook group and on YouTube. Yes, that's you. Good. I just mailed that today, so you should get a little surprise. Remember, they're not huge they're not huge prizes, but it was I mailed something small out for you today. So hopefully you'll get it soon. Wow, it's showing lots of people here. Mr. X is here. Hi. We're just trying to catch up and see how the day's going. Yay, can't wait. I appreciate it. Thank you. Well, I'm so happy that you participated in the Facebook group. It's been so much fun to see everybody's creations. I love taking that crochet stitch and then seeing what everybody can do with it. You know, even beyond just the people who are doing videos of it and beyond all the people, it is fun. I agree. I love that. And it's neat that sometimes people see the stitch and they make almost the exact same thing. Excuse me. But then sometimes you get the stitch and everybody sees something different with that stitch and you get way different projects. And it's just so much fun. Like, oh, I wouldn't have thought of that, or, you know, just kind of cool. Because you can let your imagination run wild. I've been looking ahead at some of the stitches. I have this month's done, but I've been looking ahead and just thinking, what does this stitch look like it could make? What does this look like we could do with it? Hi, Praise. Thanks for coming on and chatting today. I know some of you guys are crocheters, but it looks like I have a bunch of people in here. So anybody else like into crafts? You're okay? Are you a crafter? I tend to do yarn crafts. I like to do crocheting, Tunisian crocheting, knitting, but I always find a lot of other crafts interesting. My mother-in-law is very into cross stitch, and it's not my favorite thing to do, but she makes absolutely beautiful things. And there are a lot of, I've seen so many beautiful cross stitch patterns and diamond art, which also I'm not really that into, but I love seeing what everybody does with it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Praise. She said, or Praise said, I'm sorry, I get all mixed up with pronouns sometimes. Praise said that they will subscribe. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I love that. Yeah, we were just talking about Battle of the Stitches, which is a collab that I do with Teresa from Critters Crochet. So we pick one crochet stitch every month, and then we make our own unique pattern with it. And then at the end of the month, we put out a voting poll for people to vote for the ones that they like the best. And it's just, I was telling Kimberly that it's just so neat to see what everybody comes up with just from one stitch, you know, this one stitch, and everybody comes up with something unique to do with it. So I don't know. I was just saying it's really, really nice day here. We're up in the 50s. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I'll ask, just because I know not everybody is in Fahrenheit. Alexa, what is 50 degrees in Celsius?
Oops. 50 degrees Fahrenheit is 10 degrees Celsius.
Okay. So, hi, Loopy Knots. Oops, I'm sorry, there we go. I have sub to everybody I see, but not even one for me. I will write you down and I'll sub to you when we're done. But if I get out of this to sub, then I always get messed up when I get out. So if anybody out there is interested, Praise is looking for some more subscribers. I'm writing your name down right now. I always have a notebook here because I want to keep track of people that I want to subscribe to. Yep. And people that I've talked to, because it's been really nice to see some of the same people coming back each week, you know, some new friends and some of the people that I've known for years. But some of my new friends, I want to make sure I keep track of their names. So I've been writing stuff down so that I don't forget. Yeah. So, yeah, what are you guys, anybody working on a craft right now? Sorry, I need a drink of water. Praise, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Praise said they'll share my name with some friends. I love that. Thank you. Maybe you can, if you're not already a knitter or a crocheter, maybe we can get you going with that. We have so much fun with it. Okay. Kimberly said, I'm trying to figure out how to get a doily made into a ring. Okay. I haven't done very many doilies. I have this one here that my grandmother made. My Grammy made this one, and it is gorgeous. And I have it right next to me. I keep meaning to get a frame for it. I want to frame it and hang it up. But yeah, she did some really, really beautiful work. I didn't really get into crocheting until I was an adult and she was at the end of her life. And so unfortunately, I didn't have that to really share with her. So, hello, Samya. I'm so sorry. I butcher names all the time. I'm really sorry. Loopy Knots started this last rib section of my sweater so close to the end. That's such a good feeling, especially something big like a sweater. It's such a good feeling when you're almost there. So I hope that you get to wear that for a little bit here before the weather changes. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly said she loves that. I love it too. Look at that small detail. I mean, gosh, I can see that she's done double crochets here, but the flowers, I just can't get over how little those flowers are. I need to get a frame for that. I've been saying that for a while. Thank you, Praise. Praise said beautiful. Yeah, I mean, even like the picos on the edging, I just keep looking at the details on this and I'm like, wow, she really, really did a nice job with that. But I wish it was something I could have shared with her, you know, more when we were both younger. But, you know, life just only moves one way. We can't go backwards. We can only move forward. So Loopy Knot said, I live with a polar bear. It's always sweater weather. Oh, good, good. Then you don't have to worry about putting it away for the season. So you're in cold climate. I'm in Pennsylvania, so we have all 4 seasons here. This time of year is always iffy because in March, you can still get snow some years, and in some years, March is the beginning of spring and you start getting really nice weather. I've already started planting my garden in years past in March, which is really, really risque because it can get cold at any time. But this year I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so it's really, I don't really rely on consistent warm weather until end of May. Hi, Sam. Good morning, all. 7 a.m. here. Hope everyone is well. Oh my goodness. You're up at all hours, huh? Good to see you, Sam. Thanks for popping in. Dawn said, same here. We had 60s yesterday, then a blizzard coming tonight. Yikes. Oh, it's all about the layers, that's for sure. Yeah, and don't plant your garden too early. That year was a good year for me, though, because it stayed warm. I got lucky. I should not have done that. That was really, really risque trying to plant my garden in March here in Pennsylvania. Sid, hi. She's ready for consistent warm weather. I think you're in a warmer climate than I am, so you're probably getting closer to it than I am. You do a bunch of gardening too, Sid, don't you? I thought I saw that. Mulch and plastic coverings can help weather a garden. You're right about that. I have thought about that too. Ready for the better. Always waiting for the better. Hi, Joanne. Thanks for popping in. I love this. So many of my friends are on today. This is awesome. We're also talking about any projects we're working on. We have a sweater that's almost done. I've just been kind of looking ahead at some of the Battle of the stitches just to see if I can get inspired for future months. I already know what I'm doing this month, and I can't tell you yet. I'll give a sneak peek next Wednesday, and then I'll show you the following Wednesday after that. And then you guys can vote. Teresa said she has a really, really good pattern this month. So now I'm nervous. Loopy knots. I've seen farmers overseas use wool to cover their plants in the early cold spring. That's a great idea. I know there are some things that I probably can plant this early too. I'm trying to remember. It might have been like Brussels sprouts that you can plant early because they are resistant to frost. I can't remember if it was asparagus or Brussels sprouts, something like that. And I might be way off. Maybe it's not either of those, but for some reason that was popping in my head. And peas, yeah, peas. Sid said, yes, ma'am, I do. She likes to do a garden too. I've already started most of my seedlings. Already have garlic and onion in the ground. Need to work on potatoes. Oh, that's awesome. I've never done potatoes. I had those sacks that you can do potatoes in, and then it has like the window where you can open up the window and then pull all the potatoes out. But we don't really, like, I got it, and then I'm like, this was dumb because we don't eat potatoes. Our family's not really big potato eaters. So I don't know. That was just a waste on my part. Oh, Sam's finished her Battle of the Stitches. Sam, I think we have to watch out for Teresa. She seems pretty confident. She told me that she really, really likes her project this month. So now I'm biting my nails nervous. Loopy Knot says, I want to grow snap peas, but I always miss the window. Yeah, those have to be done early. When it gets really hot, then they don't like the hot weather. Yeah, I've planted those before, and they're usually enough for a few meals. And so I've been debating whether I should keep doing peas or just use the garden space for something else, because it doesn't really produce a whole lot. We love the way it tastes, but it doesn't really produce a whole lot. And it might be nice to have the space for something that we would eat more of. Loopy Knot said, I want to grow snap pea. Oh, no, I already read that one. Joanne said, I worked on the Battle of the Stitches this morning. Oh, cool. Working on the Decade Diva this afternoon. Oh, no, you're not slow. I know what I want to do for Decade Diva, but I haven't started it yet, so I need to get going with that too. And then Loopy Knots, I can't wait to see, Joanne, what you're doing. Are you going to post it in the Facebook group? I love seeing all those pictures in the Facebook group. That is so fun. Excuse me, Loopy Knot said they mold in the hot. I'm sorry, I know I'm a little bit behind on the comments. I just want to make sure I read what everybody says, because I want to talk to all of you guys. That's the nice thing about, not having a channel where you have like 3,000 people come onto your live, because then you can't talk to everybody. I like this, where I get to talk to my group of friends. I love that. And even I've gone into lives, like not on camera, but I've gone into lives where people have a ton of people on. And then, you feel like you're lost too, because you can't really join in the conversation because the comments are scrolling so fast that, the person who's doing the live can't possibly see all of them. But I love this, getting on every Tuesday and talking to my group of friends here. Praise said, you made all of the fluffy things in the back. I did, yes. So all of this stuff and the dragon, I love this dragon. I put the pattern for this up on Etsy, but nobody has bought this pattern. So I don't know. And then the froggies, I love the froggies. Thank you. Sam said, oh, nice. Joanne Thompson, I'm still thinking of what to make for Decade Diva. Luckily, there is time for that, but I wouldn't mind getting a jump start on that too. Oh, Joanne, good. You're going to post it in Facebook. Oh, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait. Loopy Knot said, big rooms are way overwhelming. Yeah, I agree. And, it's not like they can help it. They're just like super popular and a lot of people come into their lives. But, there is something to be said just for this, being in this small group and being able to talk and be heard and be a part of the conversation. I love that. Hi, Chris. How's your day going? Thank you, Praise. Praise was saying cute for my little amigurumi stuff. Busy day. So hopefully you're getting a little chance to relax here and just have a little chat with some friends. I love that. Sorry, I'm thirsty. I almost forgot my water. That would have been sad. Hi, Donna. Thanks for popping on. I know I told you already, but I did find out I was already subscribed to you. I don't know why I didn't remember that. But now we can see each other more. How are your dogs, Donna? Are you the one that had a bunch of dogs, or were you dog sitting? I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure you were talking about dogs last time. Hi, April. My name is Heather. Oh, you were dog sitting. I couldn't remember if they were your dogs or you were dog sitting. Are you still dog sitting, or are they back with their doggy parents? April, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad that you popped in. We were just saying that this is a really, really nice group to chat with because we can all talk to each other. There's not so many people that you can't be part of the conversation or anything like that. Beverly, I am listening. I'm mostly a crocheter. I am knitting pocket prayer squares. Oh, I love that. I have to concentrate more when I knit because I have not knit in a long time. I understand that. I understand that. I'm just glad you're here, you know, whether you're able to say much or not. Donna said, no, I'm back home with my one dog. Okay, that's probably good. Good to get. It was nice that you helped somebody out. But April asked if I'm a crocheter. Yes, I mostly crochet, but I do knit as well. And this hat is Tunisian crochet. I just put up a tutorial for this hat not that long ago. I try to dabble in a lot of stuff. How about you? Are you a crocheter? Are you a knitter? Do you do any Tunisian crochet? Chris said, I'm half done with my design for the Decade Divas as a non-channel member. That's cool. I'm so excited to see what everybody's going to do for the Decade Divas. 70s is such a fun decade to do that with, too. Oh, thank you. Donna said it's a beautiful hat. Loopy knots sounds like a rough job for the dog sitting. Rough, rough. Very cute. Very, very cute. Thank you. I really like how this design works up too. This is Tunisian crocheted, but it is super easy. Like I call the tutorial a beginner tutorial because this is really, really easy stitch to make. So you don't have to be like knowledgeable at all in Tunisian crocheting. It's probably helpful to know some crochet terms because there's chaining and stuff like that in there. But otherwise, if you've never done Tunisian crochet before, you should be able to watch the tutorial and still make it. April asked, do you have a shop? I do. I have an Etsy shop. It's called Stringsandthreads, just like this channel name is. And I do only patterns there because I don't have the time to make lots of orders. What I like to do is I like to make a creation and make a pattern for it, and then I'll offer the pattern for sale. So, oh, Sid said she has a few ideas for Decade Divas, but is still unsure. It's a hard choice. Donna said, how's everyone's weather? It's raining here in West Central Missouri. My backyard is a pond. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here it's sunny and in the 50s Fahrenheit. So we're having actually a very, very beautiful day. So, oh, I was going to say, there was a lot of crocheted stuff in the 70s. I was a girl in the 70s and, you know, younger girl. I remember that I had a bright orange poncho, and it was one that, it was like a V poncho, but it's on both sides and it had lots of fringe. I remember loving that thing, and then I outgrew it and I don't know what happened to it. I'm guessing my mom probably gave it to somebody else for somebody else to enjoy. But, you know, I thought about that, but I don't think that I would wear a poncho now. I don't know. I get warm really easily. So, hi, Janet. Donna said crochet was very popular. So, yeah, so there's a lot. I mean, they had lots of hat designs that were unique, lots of scarf designs. They wore ponchos. They wore shawls. I've seen a lot of shawls. I want to make something, though, that isn't going to get wasted. You know, I felt like if I made that same shawl that I had when I was little, I just felt like it would get wasted because I don't think I would ever wear it. I've just, you know, a woman in her 50s, if you can relate, can be warm sometimes. I don't really wear sweaters or anything, so that's true. Donna said you could do a poncho in a lightweight yarn. That's true. I might think about it. Cotton even. Yeah, I might think about that. That was the first thing I thought of because I had that poncho when in the 70s when I was little, and I loved it, you know, enough that I remembered it. I started elementary school in the 70s, but it was the 80s by the time I finished elementary school. So, yeah, it's not in super remembering years, but I think I do remember people actually crocheting and knitting and making things. And I'm not sure where I got my poncho. I might have had a grandparent make it for me. Um, I don't remember where I got it. I just remember wearing it. I remember loving it. So I had a second idea. I don't want to say it because I want it to be a surprise for Decade Divas, but I did have another idea that I might go with. Sid said, exactly, I'm thinking about taking a modern twist on the 70s. Oh, that's a great idea. Something I'll actually wear or get used. Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't like using my yarn for something that is just gonna sit there, you know, it's kind of, I mean, I know that this stuff is sitting there, but I still enjoy it. You know, I look at them and I enjoy them, you know, and then they're in my background for my videos. It's not the same. The poncho, you know, wouldn't be something probably that I would display, and it probably wouldn't be anything that I wear. Not because of the fashion, but just because it would be too warm. And, you know, maybe a lightweight one would be good. I'll have to think on that. I might go with that instead of my other thing I was thinking of, but we'll see. We'll see. I loved the fashion of the 70s. Although, like, some of the bell bottoms were way too wide for what I like. I don't mind, like, boot cut jeans, though, you know, where they're a little bit wider on the bottom. But some of those, you know, bell bottom jeans that were like super wide, I'm like, oh, I don't think I'd wear that. I'd probably trip over them and kill myself. But in the straight long hair, I'm just wearing my hair the way it naturally is. So I have like a natural curl. I used to straighten my hair, and I love the way it looks like that. But I don't know. I've gotten to the age where I don't want to get up any earlier than I have to get ready for work. The other thing is, unfortunately, my hair has been getting thinner as I'm getting older too. And so I don't want to do anything that would make it even thinner than it's getting now. So, you know, all those fun things about getting older. Oh, this is fun. I am really enjoying this. Anything else going on? Making sure I didn't miss anything. I think I saw everything, so that's good. Are there any other collabs that anybody's working with? We were talking about Battle Stitches already, and then you guys brought up the Decade Divas, which is fun. I'm looking forward to that. I know some people were, I think KK was doing hexagon cardigans. So, and then that was something that I didn't participate in because, again, I don't really wear a lot of sweaters. I'm warm all the time. But you never know. You know, if things settle down as I get older and I start getting cold, then maybe I'll start making that kind of stuff. Some of the stuff that I've made, I've taken apart. Oh, cool. Joanne said, I'm crocheting away. I'm playing with colors. That's so fun. That is so fun when you can just sit down and experiment. Chris said, working on the wide double crochet project for Critters Crochet channel. That's awesome. That's the collab that I do with her, the Battle of the Stitches. Yeah, wide. I have my project done for this month, so I'm excited to see what everybody's working on. Sid said, I joined Mary from Slow Crochet and Jana Kay with a spring shawl swap. Oh, that sounds fun. I haven't seen that one yet. I have to go and look. Sam said, I like to make the project for Hooker versus Hooker each month. That's usually fun. Have you ever been a contestant on that? I watch that off and on. You know, sometimes I, you know, if I'm busy, I don't really get the chance to watch that, but I do watch that Hooker versus Hooker every once in a while. They have some really, really interesting parameters for some of their designs, and they do look fun. Like, oh, can I stay within those parameters and make something? I think there was one that like said you need to use things from outside and you like crochet around that. I don't remember the exact thing for that one, but I thought, oh wow, I'm glad I'm not a contestant for that one. Donna said, I'm cooking mashed potatoes and salmon patties. Oh, that sounds healthy. Very nice. Sam said, and yeah, I am going to make a hexi-cardi eventually. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I don't know if K&K is still doing that, but if they're still doing that, you could just hop right in. Sam said, not been a contestant yet, but my name is on the list. Oh, that's fun. You'll have to let me know when you're actually being a contestant. I'll make sure I definitely watch that time. Yeah, it's fun to see what everybody's doing, but sometimes I just don't have the time to watch every single one consistently all the time. I do try as best as I can to watch as many of my friends' videos as I can. And a lot of times also I'll be watching, I'll say this sometimes on lives just so people know. A lot of times if I'm watching, I'll be watching like while I'm cooking dinner or while I'm folding laundry or something like that. And so like I'll be busy doing something, but I am watching, but then I don't get the chance to comment when I'm doing it that way. So sometimes I am watching, but I just don't have the chance to comment. So, but I try as best as I can to comment and to watch as many of them as I can. I'm sure you guys can relate. There's so many good channels out there, and it's hard to consistently watch all of them. That's pretty cool, though. The hooker versus hooker, and then the hexi cardigan, and then the shawl one. That sounds pretty too. Or that sounds nice too. I haven't made a shawl in a while. Usually if I make a shawl, I end up either giving it to someone I know or doing a giveaway for it, because even though I love them and I love looking at them, I don't really wear them. Hi, little wise owl. Hi, Heather. I finally caught alive. Yay. It is soap sack season for me. Oh, nice. You told me you donate those, right? You make those and then you donate them. That's pretty cool. I like those kind of things. Sid said shawls are my favorite. They are so pretty, but I don't wear them. And so I've kind of gotten to the point in my life where it's like, if it's not going to get use, then I should either give it to someone who will use it or just not make it, find something else to make with it. But I think I remember Little Wise Owl telling me that she donates soap sacks to certain things. A couple years ago, I was donating washcloths to the American Starfish. And I think they might need more. I'm going to have to ask. Deb is one of my subscribers. Deb's daughter is the one that runs it. And so she was the one that introduced me to it a few years back. But that was kind of fun too, because they're nice small projects. You can whip up a couple of washcloths or probably even soap sacks in between other projects. So those are always fun things to do. I haven't done I was really big into the donations. I think it was like 2 summers ago. I was doing the washcloths and then I was donating hats because I like making hats too. I have too many hats. That is another thing I need to pare down, because every time I do a hat design, I'm like, oh, this is my new favorite. I'm going to wear it. And then I look at the other hats I have and I'm like, I don't have any I want to get rid of. I want to keep all of these. But it's ridiculous. One person does not need to have like 17 hats. Janet loves hats too. I know. And I love making them too. But I put a stack of hats here on my desk, and I'm going to try to remember to wear hats in my videos now, because these are all hats that hi Country Pumpkin. These are all hats that, a lot of these are hats I have tutorials for, like I have a tutorial for this one. So it's also a good way to advertise, the tutorials that I have. Chris said, it's difficult to balance sometimes. I had to put my crochet time on a daily schedule since I have small shop shelf. Yeah. So half day household and half day crochet. I get that. And it's really easy to get caught up in a project. It's one of those things, because I also like to read, but I haven't been reading. I've been, using my free time for crocheting because I just want to do that more now than the reading. But it's like one more chapter before bed, one more chapter before bed, and I keep thinking one more row, or stuff like that. So yeah, it's good to get yourself on a schedule for that. Little Wise Owl says she does donate them. Annie gives them to, oh, that's right, you donate them to Annie. Annie gives them to someone, not sure who. SACK is a good place to donate them to. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've seen that online. And there are places. Praise said, hi, sorry I had to go somewhere. I'm back. Welcome back. Thanks for popping back in. It's nice to chat with you. Yes, Chris, audiobooks. I have thought about that while crocheting works for me. I did that with one book, and then I found my mind wandering, and I end up now listening to podcasts while I'm crocheting. I don't know why I'm focusing more when I'm listening to the podcast than when I'm listening to the books. And it might also be the voices. Like I've been listening to Dateline lately, and those voices, like the people who talk in the Dateline episodes, they are really exuberant and everything. And if somebody's reading a book and it doesn't have a whole lot of emotion, I start like tuning it out. So, but that is a good idea, the audiobooks. And you can still get the story. I love the stories. That's kind of what I like about the Dateline too, is the stories. Like, why did people do the things that they do? I don't know. I probably would have loved to have gotten more into psychology when I was younger. But I don't know what I would have done with it. I don't think I would have wanted to have been a psychologist, but I do think it's interesting to see why people do the things that they do. And I don't know, working at a school, you can see it with the kids sometimes. You start seeing certain patterns of behaviors in different kids year after year. It's like the same behavior, but it's a different kid because it's the next year. And then you come to find out that those kids were all abused in a certain way, or these kids were all neglected, or these kids were all that. So there is some pattern to behavior. We have trainings for work, and the biggest thing in our trainings is always behavior is a form of communication, which is so true. Kids act out instead of actually saying what's going on with them. Praise said history is also interesting, but not when writing. Yeah. Yeah, if you're writing it for school, it's not the same. But also the thing about history that I found as I'm getting older is you have the choice. If you find a certain part of history interesting, you have the choice to go back and learn more about it. It's not like a teacher saying, we are definitely learning this and you have to memorize this and you have to write about this. You have more choices as you get older. Chris said, yes, the narrator makes a big difference. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Sorry. I'm trying to read the comments. They're starting to scroll a little bit faster than I'm getting to them. I want to make sure I get everybody. Yeah, because if they're not reading it in a certain way, I read a couple summers ago, I read Interview with a Vampire, loved it. And I read the next book, which I think was Lestat something, loved it. And then I started getting more into crocheting, and I got the audiobook for the next book, and I could barely pay attention to it. When I was reading the other two books in the series, I could barely put them down. I read them so fast. But then when I listened to it, I couldn't concentrate, and I couldn't tell you for the life of me what went on in that story. Dawn said, Coco's Crochet has 2 cows, best dressed 18-inch doll. Okay, I used to do doll clothes and sell them. And a birthstone creator spotlight. Things we're making Thursday, Wheel of Fun from my Yarny Corner, Kaleidoscope Cow from No Catchy Name. I haven't seen that one. I should look in that. Yeah, and I saw that Erin and Ray are doing the dragon blanket. I did see that. Oh, you got a lot of them down there. Things we're making Thursday. I was one of the starters of that group. That one is a lot of fun. But I'm just doing that one once a month now because it's a little bit too much to try and do it every. Hi, Nifty. I'm sorry I'm a little bit behind on some of these comments. I just want to make sure I'm reading them all. Dawn said there are a couple more, but I can't remember offhand. You remembered a lot of them. I think that's great. Sleigh bead bracelets. Hi. Good to see. Did I write down your name? Yes, Poppy, right? Poppy? I'm trying to remember everybody's name. It might take me a couple weeks before it's actually memorized, but I want to get to know everybody. And Slay Bead actually makes beads on her channel for bracelets, and then she shows them. And then I think last time we talked, you said you were considering doing a tutorial for how to make them. So I think that would be really cool. I've never made anything like that. But the bracelets are really pretty. Oh, good. Slaybeat said, or Poppy said that she's making a tutorial now. Awesome. We should all head over there and check it out when you have it up. So if anybody's interested in seeing how those beads are made, you can go over to Poppy's channel, Slay Bead Bracelets. Little Wise Owl said, what kind of beads? Clay beads. Yep. Dawn said, Dana from Dana's Wanderlust and Robin from Roaming with Rover do some off and on throughout the year. I've seen some of Roaming with Rovers. Yeah, she has some of them. I remember that. Gary from Urban Yarn just wrapped his up. Juan has one that ends soon. I didn't see Juan's. I am subscribed to Juan, but I don't watch his often. I don't know who Urban Yarn is, so I'm going to write that one down and check that out. Praise said, question, are you live on Tuesday only or on other days? I think for now, it's just going to be either Tuesday or Wednesday. I keep saying just in case one of them, I get a little off schedule with things. I might in the future try and do some Sundays, but right now I don't have time. I have a lot going on, so it's probably just going to be, for now, either Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday. So far, they've all been on Tuesday, so that'll be the most likely day that it'll get done. How about you? Do you do lives, Praise? Yeah, I know this isn't always a good time for everybody either, especially people working. Oh, no, you don't do lives. Okay. But, this works for me, and I still get to see a lot of you have come on. I think it's awesome. I'm really glad that we all got to talk today. That's so fun. If Sid's still on, I want to ask Sid if you have any new yarns that you're making. I love seeing all the different yarns and the different colors, the different textures. You do such a nice job with that. I experimented a little bit with I forget what they call that, drop spinning yarn, but boy, was I terrible. I was not good at that at all. Oh, Praise is a little shy. Aw. I think I can't speak for everybody, but for me, I was really nervous the first few times I did a live. And then you start getting more comfortable with it, especially when you start seeing a lot of your friends come back and you're talking with the same people and you can remember things that they're doing and things that you've talked about with them. That's a lot of fun. Yeah. So I think actually I'm only going to stay on for about another 10 minutes because I'll have to. What was your motivation? Um, that's a good question. When I first started this channel, I've talked about this in some of my videos, so some of you might have heard this. When I first started my channel, I just wanted to do video tutorials. I didn't think I would like come on and talk at all. And I did a few video tutorials and oh, Thomas just did his first. Yeah, he shook off the nerve and we all had a great visit. Yeah, I think I was in on that one too for a little bit. I couldn't stay the whole time, but Thomas did great. Um, when I was doing just the tutorials, I had 0 subscribers, and then I started doing, more videos where I came on and talked and showed the projects, and then people started subscribing. And then I think there were people suggesting, "Why don't you do a live? We wanna see you do a live." And you had to get at the time, I don't know if it's still a rule now, but when I first started YouTube, I think you had to have 500 subscribers before you were eligible to do a live. I don't know if that's still the case or not. So I couldn't even do a live until I got up to 500 subscribers, which took a long time. But, when I got there, then everybody's like, why don't you do a live? So then I just kind of did it. I think I did some with other people the first few times. I don't know if you guys remember Jess from J Hook Magic. I haven't seen her post a video in a really long time, and I really miss her. But I did a live with her, and it was so funny because I think that might be the first live that I did, and might have been her first live too. Like, she had hers sideways, and somehow I was upside down in the picture. We just had a really fun laugh about it because we didn't know what we were doing. We were just coming on and having fun. Can I have advice on how to start? If you were first doing one, you could do go live with somebody, find a friend on YouTube that you could go on with. That helps a little bit because then the pressure's not all on you. Another thing might be to have a topic already picked out, and then you can have that to talk about. I haven't really picked a topic in a while. I've done some lives where they were topic based, where I'm like, I want to get on and talk about this, and you guys can ask questions about it. But I think I've just been coming on lately just to have a chat and see how it goes. And sometimes it goes better than other times. It depends on who's on and who's chatting. And sometimes you get people saying weird things in your in your lives, just people that you don't know that just probably pop in and just say weird things. And you have to kind of deal with that. But Donna said, praise, just start. It's not a big deal, not for me anyway. Yeah. But if you maybe having more structure to start would feel more comfortable rather than getting on. Your crochet quiz was fun. Thank you. I haven't done that in a while. Yeah, I think I came on once and I had I forgot that I had done that. I had written up some crochet, like I think there were multiple choice questions, and people in my live were just guessing the answers. And I had a fun time with that one. That one was a lot of fun. So that's another thing you could do, like a question answer thing. Do you have any riddles? I'm terrible at telling jokes. I don't have a riddle. Do you have a riddle? You could tell us a riddle. If you have a bunch of riddles, that would be a good start. You could start your live with riddles. Yeah, I'm not that good at telling jokes. My oldest son is just about 17. He's only a couple weeks away from being 17, and he loves telling jokes and riddles. I asked him, I was like, do you want to ever come on a live with me just for a minute and tell one of your jokes? And he's like, no, I don't think so. So. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm so happy that I had the chance to talk with you guys. I just wanted to answer and learn to understand. Well, I'm glad that you came on. It was nice to meet you, Praise. I am gonna look up your channel. Is your channel name Praise? Is that what I would look up, like the at sign and then praise? Or not at, or is that around or at, whatever, the at sign and then praise? Is that how I would look you up? Thank you. Good to see you too, Donna. I'm really glad you came into the live. So, but okay. Praise said yes. So now I'll look you up as soon as I get off of here. But yeah, it was really nice to chat. I'll come on again next week. But you know how it goes. I have 2 teenage boys and a husband who we're going to want dinner soon. So I've got to go down and prep some dinner. Have a great week, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.